Hey everyone, welcome to the first official episode of In the Library. I'm Bill, your personal librarian. On this episode, I will run down 5 tips for new writers. This is an unranked list, and like all unranked lists, they're kind of general, so you can pick and choose what you like or make your own lists. That's the beauty of lists. So, come on in, take a seat, and let's turn some pages. So let's get right into number 1. Reading. Yes, a good tip to be a good writer is to be a good reader. As Stephen King famously said, if you don't have time to read, you don't have the time or the tools to write. Simple as that. And it's true. You need to know what's going on in the writing industry. And the best way to do that is to read what's in the writing industry. And when you do that, read everything, different authors, different genres, read different types of writing. And let me make a case here that I mean different things by genres and types of writing. Genre is a very specific style of writing: biography, historical novel, romance, science fiction. But within that, you could have a comedic type of writing, you could have drama, you could have poetry, and of course, scripts. And scripts are great. They really get the imagination going. You can picture the action in your head as you're reading it and watching the actors say the dialogue as you're reading it. So it's all good stuff. So be sure to take time to read if you want to be a writer. Number 2, if you want to be a writer, then write. Writing is what you do, so do it. If you're not working on a specific project, which you should have time every day to work on if you are working on a specific project, I'll get to that later. Write every day for at least 10 minutes. It doesn't matter what you're writing, just put words on the screen or take your pen and put words on paper. Do something every day to practice. When you do that, don't worry about if it makes any sense. You never know what ideas are going to develop from reading back what you've written. So even if all you do is just a stream of consciousness, no stopping for 10 minutes, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. You never know what idea you're going to come up with, whether it's a new idea or an idea to enhance what you're already working on. Okay. Now this next one I'm going to spend a little time with, and I'm going to develop 2 different sections of it, because I mean it 2 different ways, which is number 3, learn the rules. I'm going to get general, I'm going to go general, and then I'm going to go specific. So learn the rules, part 1 is general. And that is all the basic, what I'll call the basic infrastructure of writing. The spelling, punctuation, verb tense, capitalization, all of this still matters. Readers are still going to expect you to know how to do these things. Your work will be easier to read, and you will pay less money to your editor. Okay? Whether that's if you're going to self-publish, but you hire an editor to help you, or If you're lucky enough to actually have a publishing house working with their editors, either way, it's going to cost you less money if you take care of these things before the manuscript even gets anywhere near an editor. The reason for that is because you pay the editor for all their work, and the more work they have to do, the more you have to pay them. So taking care of this beforehand is a great thing for you. I admit it's not so good for the editors, but it's good for you. And so you want to do this. Also, the readers, it's going to be easier to read. Okay? Without all the madness. Okay? So I have a challenge for you. Challenge is for the 48 hours that starts the moment that you finish watching this video, I want you to follow all of these rules for everything that you write. It doesn't matter if it's a work or a personal email, doesn't matter if it's an actual piece of writing that you want to get published. It doesn't make a difference. If it's a social media post, if it's a comment on this video, follow these rules in everything you do for 48 hours. And remember, we're writers. Writers use words. So no GIFs, no emojis, no LOLs, or any of that, any of those acronyms. Use words. Painters are artists that use paint. Writers are artists that use words. So use your words. Nice little challenge for you. Try it out. Hey. So the next one is Learn the Rules Part 2. This is more specific to every genre. Every genre has rules that your readers are going to expect you to follow. Okay? For instance, if you're writing a mystery novel, by the end of the novel, your readers are going to expect to know who did it. And it doesn't have to be the butler. It's not always the butler. Okay? Old joke about mystery novels there. If it's science fiction, your readers are going to expect you to have the science in your world make some sort of sense, okay, to real science. At least that's what I would expect in science fiction. Of course, you will be allowed some experimentation. It's always fun to experiment. That's where new things come from, is experimentation. But you have to allow time for that. Right? Don't just jump in and go crazy with it. Your readers are going to be like, what the hell is this guy doing? You know? So learn the rules of your particular genre. And I don't mean to say that you're limited to one genre. A lot of writers write in many different genres. That's cool. Just you got to make sure you know what you're doing within each genre. Okay. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4, join a club. Okay. Joining a club will get you in touch with other writers of all different types of writing, all different kinds of genres. And through that, you may, in turn, be in touch with people in the industry, publishers, agents. Who knows who you're going to meet in this process? And all of it is good. So find a writing club or a group. Personally, here in New Hampshire, I'm in the New Hampshire Writers Project based on Southern New Hampshire University. It's not part of the university, but they are based there. But you can also think outside your local area. With everything being virtual these days, even Southern New Hampshire Writers Project, we have members from all over the country and even out of the country. I think at our last virtual meeting, someone mentioned that we have members in Australia. So think outside your local area in addition to your local area. New Hampshire Writers Project is one. I am not sponsored by them. I'm just using them as an example. However, I will be having a link to their website in the description down below. If you're in school, take advantage of your writing labs. Okay? Of course, academic writing is a little bit different than popular writing, but it still counts. And of course, there are lots of majors that focus on popular writing, literature. So take advantage of those labs and the groups on campus. Great things can happen. Okay? That's what they're there for. That's the reason why they exist. So take advantage of them. Now, let's wrap up with number 5. Find your space. This means literally your space, the specific place where you want to work. An office, the kitchen table, whatever it is that works for you. Figure out where that is, and that's where you work. Set it up so that you're comfortable, but you have minimal distraction. And whatever that means to you. For me, I like it a little bit quiet. Maybe there's a little bit of music going on in the background, radio or something. Maybe not. Just depends on what I want to do, what I want to accomplish in that particular writing session. But whatever it is for you, make it your space and say, this is where I'm going to do my work. Also, have a set time to work. I'm a morning person, so I like to do my work in the morning. Although, to be honest with you, it's a little bit of a cheat. I do have a regular full-time job, so I'm at work all day. So mornings are really just weekends and my days off. And the rest of the time, it's an hour or two at night after dinner. But whatever your schedule is, whatever your situation is, make it work for you. That's it for today's episode. Please be sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and as respectfully engage in the comments. Next time, I will review David Duchovny's new novel, Truly Like Lightning. Until then, thanks for watching, and let's keep on reading.